who met in the playoffs. The Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks. Some rich history between these two teams. We are here inside of the pavilion. Chris Miles and Brendan Haywood. Stephanie Reddy will be joining us in a few minutes. And for the Boston Celtics, this is a team that we know the veterans and what they've been going through, but they have some rookies, some draft picks. Hugo Gonzalez and Amari Williams, 28th pick in the draft, 46th pick in the draft. And Hugo Gonzalez is one of those fan favorites for his athleticism, Brendan.
Yes, Hugo Gonzalez, an explosive athlete, a defensive ace, somebody that can contribute defensively right away, and that's what you're looking for. Can you get out there defensively? Amari Williams, we talk about Hugo's defense, but don't sleep on Amari Williams. 3 straight Defensive Players of the Year awards in the Colonial Conference. Man, oh man, defense is this guy's calling card, and if you can play defense, you can get out there and earn immediate minutes.
And look at their stats on Friday versus Memphis in their Summer League debuts. Both were able to contribute and find their rhythm on offense. For the New York Knicks, they have a familiar face in the sense of someone with 126 regular season games under his belt for the Milwaukee Bucks. MarJon Beauchamp, a 4-year vet, playing for the Knicks this Summer League.
And a guy like Beauchamp has a decided advantage in these summer league settings because he has regular season games underneath his belt a lot of the times. He also has summer league games, so he understands what this is all about, and he's not going to have a lot of the same nervousness that some of the other young guys might.
And speaking of the young guys, the draft picks from last season for the Knicks, all in the starting lineup. Pacome Daddier, Errol Hookporty, and Tyler Kolek. Remember last year, Kolek hit 2 buzzer beaters in summer.
Yeah, Kolek had a couple of moments last year, and hopefully he'll be able to continue off that and put on a good time, big time performance for us tonight.
Our officials for this game, Robert Hussey, Phoenix Ransom, and Rachel Rayford. As we get you ready for the opening tip, here are our starting lineups. We basically told you who they are for the New York Knicks. Jalen Bridges, Baylor Shireman, Max Shulga, Jordan Walsh, and Amari Williams. And we got to point to Jordan Walsh in this sense. This is a guy that's still 21 years old, played in 52 games for the Celtics last season, and this is his 3rd summer.
Yeah, like I said, with the Celtics right now, understanding that Jason Tatum's injury is going to keep him out for the year, trying to figure out what this team is going to be. There's definitely going to be a lot of minutes or certain amounts of minutes up for grabs if you can figure out a way to grab some of them.
And we know Jordan Walsh, what he brings to the table. The outside shooting is what they're looking for from him. And, you know, they made fun of him as a perennial 20-year-old, as in he's been 20 years old for so long, is the joke. All right. And it looks like the Celtics control the opening tip as Jordan Walsh was looking to get to that one, and it went out of bounds. So 2 teams with some familiar faces and some NBA experience on the floor.
Got another quick whistle.
An efficient start to the game, if you will. Walsh to inbounds. Finds Shulga. 2 lefty point guards going at it. Shulga working on Kolek. Pulls up. Bit short.
Just short, but great defense right there by Shulga.
Gets the steal. Around the horn. Daddier gets up quickly. Daddier with 2 defenders around him. Daddier with 2 defenders around him. Gets his own rebound. The activity.
some news that is pending for this summer. In fact, the sale of this team is expected to go through in the coming weeks to Bill Chisholm's ownership group. It's a transfer of 51%, expected to go through any day now, guys. The sale is expected to be a record $6.1 billion and be final in the coming weeks. The remaining 49% of ownership is expected to be transferred in 2028. The current majority owner, Wick Grusbeck, will remain as team CEO and governor through 2028, guys. So lots of changes coming for the Celtics.
But it sounds like Brendan Haywood part of that ownership group with that number, 6.
I'm nowhere in that stratosphere.
Oh, man. Lakers, Celtics. Teams being sold around the league for astronomical numbers.
Who would have ever thought the Lakers and the Celtics be like basically sold around the same time?
Well, we know those two franchises, their history tied together, so interesting that would happen at the same exact time. A new look on the floor for the New York Knicks. Lara for 3. No. He has nowhere to go.
Stuck in that mid-range, didn't really have an answer.
It's Dink Payne going to the hole on Brown. And we've seen that dangerous sideline out of bounds in both of these games.
But watching New York offensive, they look like they're stuck in mud right now. If you're Kolek, I think you're going to have to demand that ball, run the offense for the. He understands he can run offense, get into the mid pick and roll, and make some decisions for some guys and help them out. Because right now, the Knicks look a little bit lost on the offensive end as we see Lofton with the illegal screen. And when he illegally screens you, you've been screened.
Yeah,
that's a big boy right there.
Kenny Lofton Jr., 6'6", 275 is the listing.
Yeah, that's generous. That's generous.
Don't see a lot of NBA players with that build, but he's effective when he has the ball in his hands.
Yeah, I mean, he's had some pretty. We've seen him be able to step up and score the ball at times within a summer league or a G League setting. So he definitely have a place for him in this league.
Brown with the steal, foul on the way up, and the Knicks having some issues with the turnovers. They now have 7 turnovers that has led to 10 points. The Celtics have 13 on the board.
Right.
So if you just look at it from that perspective, the Knicks turnovers leading to almost all of the Celtics offense.
And that's why I was talking about Kolek really taking control of this team, taking over control of this New York Knicks team in the half court. Get into the pick and roll, steady the ship, get these guys quality looks. Whether you knock him down or not, at least you're not turning the ball over. But he is somebody that can steady the ship. He's going to have to, because right now, offensively, the Knicks look very disjointed. They look like a team that has just been thrown together and only been practicing for a couple of days.
Well, they're down 15-4. They lost their first Summer League game. Kolek, the kick in a corner. Payne back to Daddier. Back to Payne, 2-man game, pays off. So Baylor Shireman controlling the offense for the Celtics. He has 2 steals already. A 3 made, can't make that one. So Pacone Daddier, seeing a lot from him so far in Summer League. Looking good, Brendan.
Yeah, great drive. Went to the middle really aggressively, got 2 feet in the paint. And when you can get 2 feet in the paint and throw it out to the three-point line, normally good things happen.
Decisive, quick moves. And Najee, a very physical denied defense there on Bassie.
Bassie saying maybe a little bit too physical.
He's not lying. You saw the jersey wrap on the back.
Yeah, we definitely saw it.
But the refs in front, so didn't see it.
Yeah, well, we don't have whistles, so it doesn't matter what we see.
Celtics having some issues getting this one in bounds. Shireman cutting back door, and Shireman having a standout start. 7 points for Shireman.
And we saw him doing from the three-point line, getting out in transition, and now we've seen with a back cut. Shireman showing us a variety of different ways that he knows how to score the basketball. So right here, Shireman's going to fake the back door, sees the defender up a little bit too high. Don't fight that pressure. Get back door, get to that easy layup. make it easy on yourself.
So Diawara plays multiple positions from point guard to power forward. We saw him handling the basketball that last possession. 6'10", 228, the 51st pick in this year's draft out of France. Born in Paris.
Think we have a violation here?
They're communicating about it right now. Still one shot for Diawara. Knicks not a great start on offense. Starting to get it going in the last minute or so. Shireman does so much, brings the ball up under pressure here, quick and efficiently. Shireman, the kick to Lofton. Short. So much defensive effort, so much physicality from these two teams.
Oh, Daddier got Lofton on him. He doesn't need a screen right there. He just needs to go right at him.
Daddier blocked by Bassie.
That's where the basketball IQ comes in. You got Daddier against Lofton. Don't set him a screen. Let him go one-on-one.
Lofton the long two, foot on the line.
Yeah, Lofton big-time shot, but just had those puppies on the line just a little bit.
Kolek setting the pick, looking to get the ball. Denied defense from Wong. Kolek lets it fly. Lofton driving right at Daddier.
I'll tell you what, it takes some guts for Daddier to stay in front of Lofton right there. I might have bailed out on that one right here. Daddier steps up for the jumper. Access denied. Boston off to the running the other way, and we see Lofton stepping up for the long two-point shot.
People, they're good. For squad.
versatility, gets the rebound and pushes it the other way.
That's huge. Anytime you have a big man that can just, even if he doesn't score the basketball, get that rebound and push it out in transition, it allows you to start your fast break a lot easier.
Hyper aggression there by Jordan Walsh, and he fouls Devon Grant. So watch it again. Going after the ball. Knicks having some issues inbounding the ball. The Celtics pressure stopping the Knicks from having any rhythm.
Is that Walsh with another foul?
Yes.
Back-to-back fouls by Walsh. Getting a little handsy out there.
Kevin McCullough Jr. at the line, shooting 2.
So Kevin McCullough at the free throw line. Contributor for the Westchester Knicks this past season. They're playing at Texas Tech and Kansas. Let's see it again. Walsh.
You see Walsh right there. And if you're Walsh, you have to allow your big fella to step over there for you and clean that up. No need to reach in and give the foul, as you have Bassey right there in position to step up for you and possibly get a block shot himself.
Long loses it. Diawara on the break. Walsh is there. Advantage, Diawara.
And Diawara with the tough take, and more importantly, 3 fouls for Walsh. 3 in a row, 3 this quarter.
So Diawara, the second-round pick, sprinting on the fast break.
And you see why the Knicks are so high on this guy. When you have somebody 6'10" that can get out there, get steals, and transition into the fast break game like that, you gotta love it.
So for Jordan Walsh, who appeared in 52 regular season games, 3 playoff games after the playoffs for the main Celtics, the G League team, 3 fouls here, but Brendan.
Well, you get like 10, you get 10 fouls in summer league, so they're not worried about him fouling out.
The elephant in the room, Jason Tatum, as Diawara gets another steal and score. It looks to score in transition, but is fouled on the way up by Bassey. But getting back to Walsh, here's a guy that's been with the team for 3 years, trying to find more playing time. Diawara, quick hands, going the other way.
I don't think it's Diawara.
Oh no, you're right. That is James Najee. So Najee, 51% from the free throw line, but back to Jordan Walsh. Jason Tatum, obviously the terrible Achilles injury, opens up playing time for guys in those forward positions. Seems like a top-tier candidate to get more minutes and an opportunity.
If you're a guy like Walsh, this is probably the most important summer of your life. Obviously, there's some trades. There's no Drew Holiday anymore. Jason Tatum's out with an injury. No Porzingis. So there's minutes, shots, and opportunity all available. You just have to be ready to step up and convince this coaching staff that you're worthy of getting some. No one thinks that Walsh is going to replace Jason Tatum. But for him, this could be an opportunity to really, really solidify yourself and get in the rotation.
Second, third chance opportunity inside, and that's Bassey. So the last time we saw him on the floor in the Summer League debut for the Celtics, 14 and 11 in just 18 minutes, and you see the activity there again.
And that's what he's all about. He's all about hustle, activity, getting on the glass. And you mentioned it, his last game out, 14 and 11, going to give you that big-time presence at the front of the rim.
I got it. Gets it to fall. Celtics maintain their 8-point lead. Diawara, Najee working the high screen and roll from 2 big men. Diawara driving and is blocked by Bassey.
Diawara with a great move, but Bassey saying return to sender.
Lofton thought about another jumper, powers through, and that's his game.
Yes, sir. Once the big fella puts his body on you, you're at his mercy.
Less than a minute to go here in the first quarter. Celtics 10-point lead. Day for 3. No. Bassey on the boards.
They could knock it down. Needed Craig on that one.
Brown in and out going baseline. Day with the steal. Pushing it up to Diawara. McCullough somehow finds space. Is fouled on the way up.
Is that Walsh again?
It is, and you see, no, it's not.
Okay.
It is not. He looked dejected, but that'll go on Lofton. Watch it here.
Yeah, it's definitely Lofton right there on the ball.
Walsh reacted like it was.
Yeah, we thought it was Walsh. We thought it was Walsh. I'm about to say, not your 4th, all in the first quarter.
So McCullough, 11 points per game in 13 regular season games for the Westchester Knicks. And he helps it to become an 8-point game with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Sugar gets the play call in, but Walsh having a difficult time getting free. Great defense.
Bassie's got to go. Uh-oh. Bassie getting into his bag.
And that's Najee with the steal. McCullough going the other way through Walsh. He's fouled on the way up. And for the Knicks, having a difficult time getting shot opportunities, finding a rhythm. But they have 9 free throw attempts. That's the 4th foul on Walsh.
Well, eventually he got that 4th. As we see McCullough going to the free throw line for his 5th and 6th free throw attempts of the first quarter. McCullough, somebody, you know, final season at Kansas averaged 18 points a game. First team all Big 12. So he's somebody that does have a little bit of scoring in his profile.
And when you get that many free throw shots up, helps the true shooting percentage, helps the efficiency,
helps the confidence. When you start a game out and you have 6 free throws already banked in, now you feel a lot more confident when you get down to shooting your other shots.
8 points on just 1 official shot attempt, and the Knicks need all of that. Walsh beats the buzzer.
I think we got a foul.
He hits the deck.
Yes, we do.
They call it on McCullough. So as we wax poetically about Walsh with his 4 fouls committed in the first quarter, and about McCullough at the free throw line, it is Walsh who now shoots the 3 at the end of the first to try to balance that scale. Check it out again. Does he have space to land?
He does not. That is actually a great call.
Replay trigger for a foul at the end of the period.
Yeah, there's no need to replay this one. McCullough bounces into Walsh, and he hits that right leg, and he doesn't allow him to land. This is an easy call by the letter of the law. Also a cardinal sin for McCullough. Cannot foul.
Especially a heave at the end of a quarter.
Cannot foul a shooter behind the three-point line in that situation.
Or shooter close to half court, if you will.
This too is true.
So this play is under review. They're going to decide if Jordan Walsh is going to shoot 3 free throws.
How could he not? This should not be a long review.
After review, the illegal contact occurred with .7 on the game clock. Walsh will shoot 3 free throws.
So there's still also time on the clock. So for the Celtics, you know, Brendan, we talk about what they could be this upcoming season. There's a different level of expectation, right? Like you see, okay, Kristaps Porzingis, Drew Holiday, now gone, Jason Tatum out for the season. You just automatically think rebuilding year, but Jaylen Brown, an all-NBA caliber player, Anthony Simons coming in, Derek White. I do wonder if those guys can step up in the Eastern Conference and be competitive.
Well, I think Jaylen Brown is looking at this as an opportunity to show the league that he can be a leading man. Everybody knows that he's always wanted to be that guy. But now the Celtics are going to need him to step up and prove that, hey, I can be the #1 option on a team that wins a lot of ball games. When you have a guy like Brown and you have Simons coming in, a lot of people think it's going to be what they call a gap year, but I don't think the Celtics are looking at it that way.
Well, they are up by 9 here after Walsh nails those free throws. Knicks with a heave. That's after the horn. It's a good look.
Had a shot
by Grant. And the Celtics take a 9-point lead as we enter the second quarter with 27 on the board. 27 on the board.
Hey, DQ is here with a $7 meal deal. Now with the $2 small Blizzard treat upgrade. Get any
pushing in transition, not doing stupid foul, but we get there. We're going to do it.
You have a lot of experience internationally with FIBA, et cetera. What's it like now when you're here in front of these NBA executives and NBA fans?
I mean, I just gotta show what I can do on the court. I'm not stressed, like you say. I got experience in Europe, so just keep pushing, and yeah, no stress to have.
I love that. I'm gonna adopt that. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks to you.
As we start the second quarter, MarJon Beauchamp back on the floor for the Knicks, looking to make an impact for the vet. And it's Williams tapping that out of bounds.
And Beauchamp surprisingly quiet in the first quarter. I was expecting to see a lot out of him. Like I said, he's been in the summer league before, been in the league a few years. Expect him to be one of the guys that's a lot more comfortable in this environment that can help this Knicks team out. Obviously, the Knicks need somebody to take control offensively.
Well, Grant trying to do that. A tough shot at the buzzer doesn't fall. Walsh to Shoga for three. That's well short. Beauchamp, McCullough, and was erased by Williams, but that's an obvious goaltending. And if you look at the Knicks offense right now, McCullough, all of it. Yeah. He's got 10 of their 20 points.
And a lot of it has to do with getting it done at the free throw line and got the quick little layup right there. He has 6 free throws. 6 of his 10 have come at the stripe.
Bridges over Porty. And there's a foul inside as they're battling for the board. It looks like that'll go against Diawara. Side out for the Boston Celtics.
Diawara is interesting. Not many times you look at somebody's profile and see that they play point guard and power forward. Normally you see power forward, center, or you see 2-3, but you don't see that point guard power forward distinction.
Bridges leaves it, and it's the 4th made 3 for the Celtics, which extend their lead to 10. Beauchamp, only 1 shot attempt. Not getting one off there. Grant does. All air. Porty on the glass. Diawara shuffled defeat.
Yeah, Diawara right there just got a little bit too happy when he got the rock. Got confused between the drive and the shot and did a little bit of both, and normally that's not a good thing.
He saw him back the feet up and then start moving forward before he put the ball on the floor. Williams, Porty. Shoga resetting for the Celtics.
Great screen by Williams.
And great hands by Diawara. So it'll be 3 seconds on that shot clock.
3 seconds on the shot clock. If you're the Knicks, you can't allow anything to go towards the rim. No slips, no lobs, anything of that nature. You have to force the Celtics to catch the ball behind the three-point line.
And an offensive foul. Guess who that's on?
Not Walsh.
Foul number 27, Jordan Walsh.
It's his 5th foul.
I mean, we haven't had a lot of guys foul out in the summer league process, but Walsh might be on his way.
Well, we're not at halftime yet, and he's halfway to the record. The record is 10 fouls. Thon Maker, Andrew Bogut, Greg Oden, DeMarcus Cousins, Diamond Stone. What do you notice about that group of 5 guys?
They're all big men.
Yep. there's no wings like Jordan Walsh on it. Beauchamp looking for the shot. Excellent defense. Had nowhere to go with it.
And Beauchamp just can't figure it out right now. You can see him out there. He's struggling and he's starting to think. When you're in that mode, just be aggressive. Just be aggressive. You get to that mid-range and shoot the shot. Don't worry about making that extra pass. Because right now everything is not flowing as freely as it needs to for MarJon Beauchamp.
Kohler turns it over, gets it back, shoots the 3, and is short. Possession will stay with the Knicks. Down by 10, 7:47 to go in the second quarter.
Once again, if you're
14 seconds on the shot.
If you're the Knicks in the half court, get the ball to Kolek, get some mid pick and roll action, because when it hasn't been that, it's been sloppy, and they were very lucky right there. Thought big fella had his foot on the half court line.
Kolek fouled on the way up, and for Tyler Kolek, it's been a struggle to get the ball, let alone make something happen. No assists for Kolek, 3 shot attempts, and all 3 of those shot attempts are rushed. This will be the first time he'll go to the charity stripe. Tyler Kolek, the last time out in their summer league action, 8 assists, a steal, and a block. More typical of his type of game. Coming up next on NBA TV, it's the Miami Heat and the Cleveland Cavaliers on ESPN2 tonight. Toronto, Orlando, Brooklyn, Washington, Warriors, and Jazz. Williams driving, kicks it in the corner, the wide open look. Diawara all over the glass. He's made an impact in the first half.
Diawara's been active. Every time he gets that offensive rebound, that defensive rebound, he looks to push that tempo.
And he got an open look for Beauchamp, who can't convert. But when we say point guard, point forward, that was an indication of it for Diawara. Creating space, Beauchamp had the look.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much of a point guard he is, but I do think he is. He's a big with guard skills. There's a difference. When I think of a big point guard, I think of somebody that comes to mind like Lamar Odom could have been considered a big point guard. You know, they really, like, especially when he played for the Lakers, they really used him to initiate offense, a lot of pick and rolls with him and Pau Gasol. Diawara, to me, looks like more of a big that can push it in transition, but in the half court, you don't want him to be the initiator. But he does have an incredible skill set.
Kolek having some issues with Long. Daddier with the crossover, getting to the hole, going to the left.
That's nice.
Yes.
That is nice right there by Daddier. No wasted motion. As soon as he got that rock, he had one thing on his mind, and that was getting downhill.
Long waving away the picks. Crossover past Beauchamp. In the corner. Another miss. And Daddier cleaning it up. Pulls up for 3. Stays here with the Knicks. So Pacome, Daddier, the Knicks struggling to get some offense going, just to kind of play to turn things around.
Yeah, just caught it on the perimeter, saw a driving angle, got right downhill, didn't waste any time. Strong finish with the left.
And we know that Tom Thibodeau, the now former coach of the Knicks, a tight rotation. So for guys like Kolek, potentially a Beauchamp who gets this look way right.
Oh, wow. And Beauchamp's struggles continue. I mean, that was a wide open shot, but it was way off. It wasn't even close. That was one of those ones that it didn't look good. As soon as it left his hand, you knew it was off.
But for Tyler Kolek, Pacome Daddier, Errol Hook-Porty, all guys who struggled to get playing time last year. Mike Brown, the new head coach of the Knicks, known to get other guys involved in a rotation. So good opportunity for them to showcase their skills. Bridges gets that score back in.
Well, listen, man, if you don't start, it's always going to be hard for you to get minutes in the Tibbs rotation. You know he doesn't like to play the bench. So all these guys now have a big-time opportunity, as you said, with Mike Brown being the head coach.
Daddier taking a couple of shots in the corner, thought about it there. Beauchamp looking to find his rhythm and his way out of it. Marjon Beauchamp now 0 for 5, 0 for 3 from long range.
Yeah, Beauchamp will probably be better off if he's able to find a layup or some free throws, just something positive to get himself going in the right direction, because right now he looks like he's caught in the matrix out there.
Kolek, the spin on the drive, can't get it. Long. Nice look in the corner yet again. Bridges, no. Champ gets the rebound. Going all the way into Lofton and is denied by Bridges.
It's one of those games. Even when he does makes the right play, Beauchamp right there still not able to get the ball past the defender.
An offensive foul on Williams. The timing on that pick and roll between Shireman and Williams, not together. But here it is, the take and the block.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination.
NBA2K26 Summer League. We have a special guest, President of Basketball Operations for the Boston Celtics, Brad Stevens. And let's get right to it. Tough to see some of the guys that helped to win a championship with you gone from the roster. Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, and potentially Al Horford. Can you just speak to what those guys meant to your franchise?
Yeah, and Luke too. You know, it's part of, as I said the other day in a press conference, it's a part of this new CBA and obviously the second apron that you know, we've been above the last couple of years. And, you know, it's an unfortunate part. We're lucky to get the guys that we got back in those trades, specifically Simons and Niang. But yeah, it's hard to see Drew go. It's hard to see Kristaps go, Luke, Al. They've, you know, just been unbelievable people to have in our group and have added value. And hopefully, you know, I know when they come back to Boston this year, it'll be pretty special, the tributes to all of them.
And a lot of people are saying this is a gap year or whatever for the Celtics. Obviously, Tatum down. You've traded so many pieces. But how are you guys looking at this season, and where do you think this roster's at?
We're going to do like we always do. We're going to try to put our best foot forward and, you know, compete to the very best of our ability and play to the strengths of our team. I think sometimes when you have guys that are as versatile and as accomplished as the guys we've had, you can be a little bit more, everybody can take their turns or get their share and whatever the case may be, and we'll probably have to be a little bit more soaring with each individual strengths in this particular team. But, you know, we've got a really good foundation. Obviously, when you talk about being not maybe as top heavy as we've been in the past, then you think, well, we've got Jaylen Brown, right. We've got Derek White, we've got, you know, Pritchard, we've got obviously Hauser. Those guys have been through a lot and they've won a lot of games. And, you know, Jaylen is, you know, Jaylen's had such a special career and has had such an impact on winning that I'm looking forward to seeing how we all compete together.
Well, I hear those guys that we know are proven at the NBA level, all of them. But for your Summer League team, for your G League team the past couple of years, we've seen guys like Jordan Walsh develop, J.D. Davison, another guy that has stood out, Baylor Shireman. When you're here evaluating these guys today, is it different this year thinking, well, we may need them a little bit more as opposed to in the past?
Maybe not for me. Maybe for the coaches it is, right? You know, I think that, you know, last year when Shireman was playing, you're preparing him for the reality that he's probably not going to play a lot. Just because of how, you know, deep we were, you know, in our rotation. But he played really well at the end of this regular season. And the biggest challenge then, as you now stack another summer league on top of this, is don't try to do too much. Don't try to be somebody you're not. And just do what you would do within the confines of, our team when we all get back together in September.
All right, they have to do a replay on this last play. So we're going to step away for a second. We come back, more from Brad Stevens.
My dad's in the NBA.
No way.
It's true.
It's true.
He's never shot a basket or anything, but he hasn't. Yeah.
Like they are coming to a verdict right now. Nope.
Not sure why it's taking them that long, but they're trying to make sure that they get it right. Brad, I know you love the reviews in the summer.
I love replays in summer league.
I know you love it.
After review, the ball is last touched by Nikola Jr. The clocks are going to remain the same. Due to the challenge being successful, Boston will maintain their right to challenge for the remainder of the game, but lose their timeout because a mandatory timeout was due at this time.
That's Matt Reynolds' specialty right there.
I was just going to ask you.
He does a lot of really good things, and he does a ton of things behind the scenes, but he's known as our challenge guy to most of the public.
Now, something you spoke to a little bit earlier about the decision-making that you have to kind of put down in this offseason is the second apron and how that makes things different. Can you break down, especially, for a team like
he's
like
laughing like no.
Celtics, he's like, no, it's how much did that change how you approach the offseason as McCullers continues to have a good first half?
Listen, we knew it was, even 3 years ago, right, that we were, when the new CBA was kicking in and it was going to be slowly become fully operational, I guess. We knew that in the first couple years we were going to be over the second apron, and those are the years that we really had to go all in and really make a run at it. And obviously we did that. We were fortunate enough to win one, but and we've had really good teams. But the reality is that that's not going to be doable forever. Other teams are going to run into that, and so yeah, this is part of it. It's I don't look at it as anything but we've got to retool, and we've got to make sure that we are building the right group around our core, and our core is very strong.
And talking about the right group and building around those guys, one piece that you guys were able to bring in, Anthony Simons. Talk to us about what he brings to this Boston Celtics, new look Boston Celtics team, and what do you expect out of him?
Well, he's 26 years old, and he's averaged 20 a game 3 straight years, which, people in New England or people in the East Coast don't see as many Portland games late at night, right, that aren't on League Pass. But I think that he's a guy that can really score the ball. I think he's one of the best shooters in the league. He's one of the best tough shot makers in the league. Just a really good player.
So when I hear that, What are your, we know that typically every year, the expectation for the team, you're thinking championship aspirations. What are your expectations this season for you?
I don't ever put a ceiling on our team. Our expectation is to compete and try to win the next game. The whole goal of being in my position in Boston or playing in Boston or coaching in Boston is to compete for championships, and that's what you always want to be, and that's ultimately going to be our North Star as we, again, retool this thing. But, you know, every single night we take the court, we want to put our best foot forward and try to win the game.
And you talk about putting your best foot forward. Is there somebody specifically you have in mind that you're saying, hey, listen, with this much more opportunity available to you this year, I'm expecting this player to take a jump?
You know, I don't really want to put that on any individual player, because I care a lot more about the team.
Right.
You know, let's all take a jump. Let's accentuate each other, and you know, obviously all of the attention is going to go to our best players. It always does, and they've done such a good job of handling that in the past, and if you're around them, you generally play well. And so I think that's, you know, it's going to be putting the pieces together, and again, making sure we're soaring with everybody's strengths. But if everybody can do that and play to that, you know, I think we can be a good basketball team.
Can you take us to the human side of it with Jason Tatum? Because here's a player that we've all seen develop from the very first time he was drafted into this league and be able to become a champion and a perennial all-star. Goes down with the Achilles tear. The next couple of weeks, the next month or two, what were those conversations like? How is he doing as a person?
He seems to be doing really well. It's hard. I mean, rehabbing's hard. Anybody that's ever been through a long injury and a long recovery it's just it's a challenge. It's a mental challenge, it's a physical challenge, obviously, but he got the surgery right away, and from that point on, his mindset was, we are going after this thing and trying to get better. And he's a competitor. He's going to compete in everything he does, including his rehab. And so I'm really encouraged. I've been basically seeing him every day in Boston for the last 50 days or whatever, and usually he goes away at the end of the season and then comes back, but he just stayed there and has been doing his rehab, and it's been fun to spend time with him every day and, you know, just try to catch up and see how he's doing as we watch him make the strides he needs to make.
And you're talking about Tatum and fighting through this and staying in Boston. Obviously, there's never anything good that can come out of these type of situations as far as injury standpoint. But when you're there all off season and you have to kind of rededicate yourself mentally.
Guess what we have?
What do we have? Another challenge?
Another challenge is coming our way. We got to let Brad
then.
Stevens go on that one. Thank you. We
Brad, like, I don't feel like
appreciate
answering any more questions from you.
Every small business owner has a monster to-do list. And as your business grows, it grows.
That's fair.
Progressive makes it easy to get a quick commercial auto quote online, so you can get back to all your
Here's the play in question. They're trying to figure out who it's out on. And it looks like Shoga gets the first hand on it. Does it touch Daddy A's really the question?
I'm not sure. I can't tell. I'm not sure about that one. What'd you see, partner?
Well, what I saw was Brad Stevens, and some of the things that he said there shows why the Boston Celtics have won a championship under his leadership. That's the #1 thing that stood out to me. Brendan, he basically said, we think we win a championship every year. We're keeping that mentality with this group. So while others can say, hey, they're going to rebuild or, hey, this is a gap year. He wasn't hearing any of that noise as they have the verdict.
After review, the ball's last touch by Schulga is going to be New York ball on the baseline with 18 seconds on the shot clock. Due to this challenge being successful, New York will retain their timeout and maintain the right to challenge for the remainder of the game.
So a successful challenge by the New York Knicks and their Summer League head coach, Jordan Brink, and that was his duty with the Knicks this past season, and as I mentioned before, was successful on over 75% of his challenges. Porty loses it inside. Joker going the other way. Shireman open look. And he's short.
The Knicks right now only 25 points.
McCullough. Well, he's the only one scoring. He's got 12 of the 27.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a struggle for this New York Knicks team. And you can see it right from the jump. Not really a lot of playmaking on this Summer League roster. Not a lot of guys that are exceptional at creating either shots for themselves or others. So when they get bogged down in the half court, it turns into a little bit of a rock fight.
McCullough again. No. There's Tyler Kolek finding him, and that's what the Knicks need more of. Shoga in the corner for Walsh. He goes baseline. Porty closes out. That foul will go against Porty. Walsh typically likes that corner three.
Yeah. Walsh has had some success knocking down the corner three, but right there got ran off the three-point line. Drove to the paint, was able to pay it off with 2 free throws.
Yeah, so Walsh, all of his points have come from either that corner three or at the free throw line. His first miss at the charity stripe tonight. Walsh, one of those guys that had to also ask Brad Stevens about in the sense that when you look at this roster, here's a guy that should have an opportunity to really have a year where he gets some playing time.
Like we said, when Jason Tatum obviously going to be out this year, that creates an opportunity for a lot of people from a minute standpoint.
Daddier gets the open look. Kolek gets the assist. And to Brendan's point, that's what the Knicks need more of.
Yeah, the Knicks definitely need a lot more of that. Catch and shoot threes, penetration to the lane, spraying out, getting good shots, and knocking down those good shots.
Walsh jab, jab. Uses his hip to keep the defender off him. Porty gets the clean block, but it's Bassie on the rebound.
And Bassie right there, Johnny on the spot. Just trailing that play, able to pick that rebound. I mean, that deflection up and finish strong.
Knicks down by 12. McCullough. And that's a foul. They had a foul to give, and they use it. So with 4.6 to go here in the half, Celtics use their foul wisely, have the Knicks reset.
Very smart move by the Celtics.
So Walsh, with his 5 fouls, will sit down for his final 5 seconds.
I don't think they're saving his fouls.
And a sloppy inbounds pass. Shireman beats the buzzer with a hook shot.
Oh, wow. It almost went in.
He's smiling about it because he knew when he let it go, it had a chance. But it's the Celtics with a 12-point lead, looking to improve the 2-0 here. The Las Vegas Summer League all over the Knicks, turning defense into offense. 14 turnovers by the Knicks, 14 points for the Celtics off those turnovers.
People.
still learning the rules.
Just stay together. We're moving too fast. Calm down. We got 5 guards out here. We calm down.
Hey, we got to have pace after. A lot of goal screens. It's too much one-on-one. That's not the type of basketball we're going to play today.
Hey, we just got to get some stops and run. Get some stops and run. Try and play in transition real quick.
Guys, great defense. On a miss, remember, we crash on the high side and we pressure, okay? Pressure them. You see when you pressure, they turn the ball over. Way to settle in. Good job, good job.
When you in stack, they giving the mid-range up so I could drive at you like I drove at Dill, backcourt.
Sir,
Yeah.
my 3 was a 2?
Yeah, it was 2.
Damn. Why you ain't tell me? Scoot back. Oh!
That's a pro foul. That's an NBA foul. That's what matters. Just got to smile a little bit. Just got to smile a little bit.
Hey, DG, I love it. 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 Stay up. Come on, get it back.
Speaking of sounds of the game, you may have wondered what the crowd eruption was in the background. Here it is. Half-court shot for the win here in Vegas. Second half of Knicks Celtics coming up next. Chris Miles and Brendan Haywood, get you ready.
People, they're good. For
Celtics are ready for the second half. Boston with a 12-point lead. Chris Miles and Brendan Haywood here with you. And for the Celtics, it's been all about their defense, turning that into offense. They have 14 turnovers forced, 14 points off of those turnovers. And the standout player has been Baylor Shireman, who is doing it all. You see the quick hands. He has 3 steals, turning it into points on the fast break. Then the pull-up from the logo. Nails it. Shireman also cutting back door, but here's the other part of it. The 3 assists. This one the prettiest of them all. And really, when you got a guy like Baylor Shireman doing all of these things, Brendan, that's the difference so far.
Yeah, Shireman doing a little bit of everything for this Boston Celtics club. The biggest thing has obviously been the defense right now. Celtics holding the Knicks to 25% from the field, 10% from three, turning them over 14 times, and the Knicks only have 5 assists. The Boston Celtics defense has been absolutely stifling.
As we see Jordan Walsh, a defensive hound all over Tyler Kolek, who was held to 1 point and 1 assist in the first half, gets that shot off. And McCullough, the lone bright spot for the Knicks offensively, hits the glass. He now has 12 points on just 3 shots.
And McCullough got 16 points. He's been able to get it in.
Shoga blocked by Huck Porty. Kolek tossing it up.
Oh, wow.
Gaudier can't put it in.
And that's just been what the Knicks offenses look like in a nutshell. In the first half, and Sharman misses that one, but Knicks have a great transition layup, can't knock it down as Bridges gets the layup inside. But when you have those type of fast breaks, you have to figure out a way to get a quality look right there. Have to get the possession. You throw the lob up, you got to be able to finish it.
And a foul on Huck Porty, turnover number 15 for the Knicks. And in the first half, other players controlling the point for the Knicks. Now they're going with Tyler Kolek to start this second half. But here it is, the putback by McCullough. Like you said, 16 points. Shireman, ISO, and Dadier. Behind the back, attack, pull up.
Nice take. Nice take by Shireman. Excellent footwork right there. Got to his spot. Understood how to fake the defender.
McCullough takes it over Williams. He has 18 now, 6 for 7 from the field.
You talk about McCullough's last year in college at Kansas. He averaged 18 a game, and he's shown us why he was able to score that much at the collegiate level.
And the defense on Walsh. The whistle was blown after McCullough came down.
Whistle was blown a little bit late. But let's see if we got the right call. As we see Walsh right here. I don't know, man.
And there's the whistle.
Yeah.
That's the part of it.
I don't know about that one.
Whether or not there was a foul, it's the whistle occurred after he grabbed the board. That's why you heard the crowd and their reaction.
I know that's why you had your reaction, because I know people don't know you're a street ball legend in New York, and you hate those late calls. In street ball, you can't have late calls. You can make a call, but you can't be a late call.
No blood, no foul, Brendan.
Oh, that's how you played on the New York City courts?
That's how you play.
All right.
And Walsh having himself a nice offensive outing now. 10 points, 7 of those coming at the free throw line. The nice pass to Dadier gets the open look. Shireman once again involved on the glass, looking ahead to Walsh. And another relatively late whistle.
And this time there was no reaction. Looked like Walsh got hit right on the arm on the layup right there.
And so for Walsh, a very physical game on both ends. You see him with 5 fouls. Now he's headed to the free throw line for attempts number 10 and 11.
And that's the name of the game is being able to get to the free throw line, put something positive out there. Scoring becomes a lot easier when you got a couple of free throws underneath your belt.
Shireman with the vision in the pass. So Shireman's skill set just all around.
Yeah.
He can shoot it, he can pass it, he rebounds, and is able to get steals on defense.
Yeah, Shireman's somebody that can do a little bit of everything. And so that's why in the summer league said that he does. Some guys have to pick and choose what they want to display. Like they only can be their only shooters or their only defensive players. But a guy like Shireman, he can just show a little bit of everything.
So the second offensive foul for the Knicks, and we've been focused on Jordan Walsh. How about McCullough now? 6 fouls. So we got 2 candidates to reach the 10-foul plateau.
And we talked about the 10-foul plateau is normally hit by big men. And we got 2 wing defenders out there challenging for that spot.
And Huck Porty fouls Bridges. That is the theme of the third quarter so far. Foul, foul, and foul.
Foul and Ariel Huck Porty, his 3rd personal. Team's 3rd.
Watch it again. Clear as day. Bridges coming in. Huck Porty grabs the arm. So for Bridges today, he's flashed a bit of athleticism. 24 years old, out of Baylor. In high school, won back-to-back state titles, the state of West Virginia. Celtics with a 16-point lead now, their largest of the game. The Knicks still struggling to get any sort of offensive rhythm. Kolek pulling up, and that'll help to get it going. His first made bucket.
Excellent drive and take right there by Kolek. They're going to need a lot more of that. Kolek and Daddy are the only guys that I feel like can create even a resemblance of offense in the half court for the Knicks.
Shireman to Williams. Shireman gets the rebound and finds Walsh. Can't get the assist. Daddy with Huckporty running with him, throws it up and erased by Bridges. Shireman to Walsh. No erasing that.
The Knicks have had trouble finishing off the alley-oops. Boston not so much, as Walsh is able to sneak behind the defense and throw it down.
So Shireman showing the assist. But it all starts with the defense from the Boston Celtics, leading to some easy, instant offense and a 16-point lead. For 8. McComb Daddy 8, 3 for 11. McCullough really the offensive bright spot, 6 for 7 for 18 points. And there he is with the ball now, adding to that total. Make that 7 for 8 with 20 points.
McCullough's been the only one that has been able to find a little bit of room and break down this Celtics defense at all.
Daddy going to the back for the Knicks. Try to figure out what's happening with him as he heads to the locker room. Of course, the Knicks' first-round pick from 2024. New York down by 14, so despite their offensive woes, they're still relatively in this one.
And they're lucky to be down 14. The only reason they're down 14 is as bad as they're playing offensively, the Celtics aren't playing great either. They're only shooting 39% from the field and 21% from three. So
the alley-oop attempt deflected away by Huckporty. It looks like Williams will earn a trip to the free throw line. So Amari Williams, the second-round pick for the Boston Celtics, 6'10", 227. I point that out because clearly they have an opportunities in that front court, especially for a guy of his size to come in and try to get some playing time. Summer League action continues tonight on NBA TV, ESPN, and the ESPN app. Cleveland Cavaliers and Miami Heat at 7:30 here on NBA TV. On ESPN2, Raptors, Magic, Nets, Wizards, Warriors, and the Utah Jazz. When we look at the Jazz and we look at the Wizards, the 5th and 6th picks in the draft on the court. Trey Johnson for the Wizards and Ace Bailey for the Jazz.
Can't wait to see that one.
Color fouled by guess who?
You already, if you have to, yeah, at this point, when you hear foul, you don't even have to guess. You know Walsh's name is going to be a part of it.
His sixth foul, and he is clearly unfazed.
Unbothered. He understands the Summer League rules.
Ooh, runs in
That's
on
7.
40.
That's 7. I mean, you have to, like, Walsh has to have a little bit of awareness right there. You got 6. Now, I understand you get 10, but you have to try to navigate that screen a little bit.
He's
like
smiling about it, too.
I do not know why. But you have to try to go under that screen, over that screen, but running straight through it, that's normally not a good option.
McCullough inside the hop. Porty.
Porty throwing it down with authority.
And that got Mikal Bridges to stand up on the baseline. Shireman driving, turning, not connecting. Diawara had an impactful first half. We see him for the first time here in the second half. That ball tipped out of bounds by Shireman. Check it out again.
McCullough doing a great job right here, drawing 2, dropping it off for the big fella who knows how to throw it down.
Now take me behind the curtain a bit, because we know Mikal Bridges, established vet in the NBA, out here to support. But as a teammate, when you're a vet, are there certain young guys that you develop a good relationship with in particular? Like Huck Porty, potentially with Bridges?
Yeah, well, listen, when you're a vet, there's certain young guys that you take underneath your wing. And when you see those guys doing well, whether it's in a summer league environment or just even in a regular season game in a blowout form, you're happy for those guys because you understand how much work that goes into just being an NBA player and how much work they put in behind the scenes. So you're happy whenever they get their moment.
So another foul on that play. The aggressive nature of the Celtics defense.
You said, I didn't even see, where's Bridges at? I didn't see him. See him?
Baseline, underneath the Knicks basket.
Oh.
Color for 3.
I do see him over there now.
Porty working on it. Cutting the color back door.
Wow.
His finger roll is off.
About the only thing wrong McCullough has done wrong all game. I mean, all day.
And Grant dives for it, undercutting Wong.
You see McCullough right here. Man.
Maybe the easiest look he's had all game.
One of the easiest looks. But let me ask you a question, Chris. You look at this Knicks team as we see OG Anunoby on the baseline and Bridges as well. I'm looking over to my right. I see their new head coach, Mike Brown, over there. This Knicks team coming off of the Eastern Conference Finals. And we've talked about the state of the Eastern Conference. Do you think they're the favorites now to make a run to the finals out of the Eastern Conference? We understand.
That's a very good question.
Like I said, we understand Boston's going to be not going to be the same Boston. They're trying to figure some things out. The Pacers obviously aren't going to have Halliburton this year. Dame Lillard no longer a Portland Trail Blazer.
You have to.
I mean, no longer a Milwaukee Buck.
It depends on how you view it. If you're going with the team with the best record last year, as Grant pulls up, you'd have to go Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
If you go on paper, you probably go Cleveland Cavaliers. But if you look at Shireman gets past them. The Knicks, the last time they faced the Cavs in the playoffs, Payton underneath. They eliminated the Cavs. And the Cavs haven't been out of the second round. So when you say favorite, if you're saying to go back to the NBA Finals and representing the Eastern Conference, as the nice up and in under finish by Brown, it's typically a team, and you know this, that has been so close to conference finals. That has been the years of going to the playoffs. And you think, oh, that seems like the Knicks are the next team up.
Right.
And I tell you who I'm not going to overlook.
Who's that?
The team the Knicks beat, the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham was arguably top 2 or 3 player in the Eastern Conference, and the Orlando Magic with the moves they've made, and they now have Paolo Banchero emerging as a potential top 5 player.
Yeah, it's going to be, the East is going to be very interesting. Like I said, the biggest thing for me watching the Knicks, when I look at them from a championship level standpoint, will be how do you win playoff series when 2 of your best players aren't really good defenders and you know teams are going to attack them? When we talk about Brunson, when we talk about Karl Anthony Towns, as we see it, Grant knocked down the triple. But getting back to the Knicks, you understand that teams are going to attack those 2 guys specifically. And it's going to be very hard to hide 2 guys of that caliber on the defensive end.
Great point. And the one thing I would say offsets that is when you look at Mike Brown, who was coach of the year just 2 years ago, now the new head coach of the Knicks. As the Knicks start to get their offense going, that's Anton Watson for 3, making an 11-point deficit. They had the Kings had the best offensive rating his last full season as a head coach. And the Knicks certainly have the offensive firepower and a balanced roster to do so if more guys are able to contribute. So I want to see how the first half of the season goes under Mike Brown before making that determination. But it's very interesting to see those things come together, Brendan.
Yeah, I definitely think that Mike Brown's going to use the bench a little bit more. We understand this Knicks team is very talented. Brunson, I mean, he is just, he just continues to amaze me with what he's able to do as far as scoring the ball at all 3 levels, especially in the mid-range. You don't see a guy like Brunson is not supposed to be able to dominate from 15 feet on in the way, not the biggest, not the fastest, not the quickest, not the strongest, but he just understands angles, timing, has a very unique and calm skill set. So I like this Knicks team, but they're just going to have to figure out defensively, how do they hide their guys in close ball games? Because when you get down to it, Karl Anthony Towns and Brunson will be called upon to guard in the last 4 to 5 minutes of any close playoff game.
And what we did see towards the end of the regular season in the playoffs, Mitchell Robinson came back.
Yes.
He changed their defensive dynamic, and I want to see how Mike Brown uses that. Bridges, OG Anunoby plus defenders, so you have to offset what you're saying, maybe more staggered minutes for Brunson and Towns in that way, as McCullers, who's been the entire offense for the Knicks, takes his seat with 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Grant making it difficult for Wong to initiate some offense. Lofton, the Euro step, switching hands, getting back to the left. Going right at Watson, and that's, shot clock went off. It is a violation. And you got to give Watson credit for handling Lofton in the post. The Knicks down by 12 with 2:43 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
physical. Game hasn't been aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Hasn't been a lot of shot making. Hasn't been a lot of shot creation. This has just been, honestly, a struggle. I would call it a rock fight, but that would be disrespectful to rock fights.
Now, take, for instance, Jordan Walsh, who you see number 27 on the floor as we get this jump ball here. He has never had a game where he's had more than 3 fouls in a single game in his NBA career. He's got 7 fouls in this one. Tyler Kolek can't chase that one down. Brown can, and that's what he can do for you.
Great hustle right there by Brown.
Celtics in control from the opening tip. Ahead by 14 late in the third. Grant stepped out of bounds in that deadly sideline.
We got a lot of guys stepping out of bounds in that short corner today.
So Marjon Beauchamp checking back in. 0 for 5 so far for the Knicks, or set to check back in. 0 points. A player to keep an eye out on later in the game.
And Beauchamp was somebody that I thought would excel in this format because he's been here before. He's done it. I thought he would be the most comfortable here, but he's been one of the guys that's actually struggled the most.
Long. Watson continuing to play top-tier defense, forces a tough shot. Bassey on the glass.
Excellent defense by Watson.
Bassey with the height advantage.
House in the house.
Fouls right through Grant.
And I love the fact that big fella didn't waste any time. As soon as he caught the ball, he got straight to the money. No fadeaway jumpers, none of that. I got a little man on me. I'm going to make him feel the pain.
Watson kicking it out in the corner, tapping it back out to Kolek for 3. Back rim. Watson again. All the hustle plays you need. Can he convert? Absolute brick. So the Knicks, you see the hustle, but no.
Did you say absolute brick?
Yep.
You just couldn't let him go with the regular.
That was more than a brick.
Okay.
Well, guess what we have now? The largest lead of the game, up to 18 for the season.
And great take by Lofton. Lofton was able to use his body, create that space, and get that shot up there.
Long with the wraparound foul on Kolek.
I'm about to steal that one. Not just a regular brick, an absolute brick.
Foul number 43, Isaiah Long, his 4th personal. First team foul under 2 minutes.
Certified brick.
Back for Boston, Max Shoga. Back for the Knicks, Marjon Beauchamp.
Under a minute to go here in the third. Knicks still riding the struggle bus offensively. And that's why Aaron pass from Watson. Walsh in transition. And it stays here. So the Knicks.
And Walsh got to kick that ahead. I mean, kick that ahead. Looked like he had Shoga out in front a little bit.
20 turnovers now for the Knicks.
Right here. Good defense by Walsh. Now, you got to give it up right there. Right there. I mean, Max Shoga's better than me. I'll be like, hey, listen here, Walsh. I'm going to need that on the fast break. You got to drop that dime. Speaking of dropping dimes, Shoga dropping one to Bassey.
He might not have received the dime, but he gives one out.
They say it's better to give than to receive.
That'll go against Shoga. So after the assists, fouls here, but perfection.
Yeah, this is an excellent read of the pick and roll game. Once Shoga turned that corner and he saw the defensive bigs numbers, he knew he had the lob over the top of the basket, and he put it right where it needed to be.
So for the Knicks, down by 19, 25 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Doesn't feel like a comeback's in order, but what would you like to see from them to close out the fourth?
Well, I mean, anything can happen. There's still a lot of time. I've seen a lot of summer league games that can just turn at the drop of a dime. It's going to start off with not fouling, knocking down some shots, and then turning up from the defensive end. The good thing is the Boston Celtics haven't played an absolute clean game themselves, so you can get back in this game. The Celtics, like I said, only shooting 41% from the field. Celtics also only 4 of 21 from 3. So if the Knicks can just make a couple of shots, they can get back in this ball game as Bassey turns it over. Oh, they're going to call a foul.
So the foul on Watson, which looked like a backcourt violation, but foul number 41 in a game. That's the most important stat.
Unfortunately.
So Bassi at the free throw line. 6'10", 235, second round pick back in 2021. And when you look at players like this, as we discussed before, it seems like there could be an opportunity this season to play with the Boston Celtics.
Listen, right now, if you're on the Boston Celtics Summer League team, you just have to understand that if you can convince somebody in the front office that you deserve to be there at camp, that you deserve to get a shot at being in the rotation. There's a lot of minutes up for grabs. There's a lot of transition with this roster. This roster's in flux right now. Like I said, no Kristaps Porzingis. Drew Holiday's gone. Jason Tatum won't be playing this year. So there's a lot of opportunity.
Well, for Bassi, joined the Celtics Summer League roster just days before the first game, had 14 and 11 in the Summer League debut, and in this one, also a huge impact. Another double-double, 13 and 10 in just 17 minutes.
Right now, the Celtics going with a little bit of a zone. I would say they're trying to throw the Knicks off, but the Knicks have been off all game. No need to try to throw them off now. Stick with what works.
And almost another turnover. Beauchamp inside. And Kolek taking it out with 4 seconds to go.
And Bassi was telling the bench to look for a replay, and McCullough snuck right in behind him for the layup.
Just a mental breakdown there by Bassi as he allowed the easy layup for the Knicks, who haven't had many of those. They're down by 18 with just 10 minutes left to play.
Whatever the moment, make it a cocktail. On the Rocks, bartender created cocktails.
Mom! Yeah? I fell. Okay, there's bandages in the cabinet.
And just continue to take every possession one at a time.
And for you individually, what sorts of things are you working on in the offseason that you hope to display here today?
I'm just trying to impact the game in a lot of different areas, whether that's defense, getting steals, finding the open man, rebounding, hitting shots. Just trying to impact the game in whatever way I can positively.
Thanks for stopping. Good luck.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Oh! And Huck Porty making an impact with the block at the rim.
And you asked me how did the Knicks get back in the game with hustle plays like that. Sometimes those type of plays can just spark your ball club.
Kolek remains frigid. Now 1 for 10 from the field, 0 for 5 from long range. Shogo. Porty gets it to McCullers. Porty going up top, can't get it to drop.
Porty's giving some good defense, but offensively can't get it to fall. But I like the fact that Big Phil has 11 rebounds.
Shoga to Walsh in the post. The turnaround, Kolek with the quick hands.
Great hands by Kolek right there.
Another good defensive play by the Knicks, but blown on the other end. Beauchamp turning it over.
I tell you what, Beauchamp has just had a game to forget.
0 points, 0 for 5. Those costly turnovers. Shoga. Strong move, that lead back up to 20. Kolek over Williams. No again. Porty on the putback.
We talked about Hot Porty, what he did from a rebounding standpoint. That one right there being his 12th.
Shoga with the handles on Huck Porty. On Kolek. Walsh pulling up over Kolek. All air.
A little bit short.
Kolek finding McCullough on the cut to Huck Porty. Shoga with the give foul there.
And Hot Porty's been has been very active here in the beginning of this third quarter.
Foul number 29, Max Shoga, his third personal.
Fourth quarter.
Team first.
So Ariel Huck Porty
Shooting 2 shots.
played in 25 games in his rookie season. Tore his meniscus in February, but really that added depth to that front line and got his playing time when Mitchell Robinson was out. 7-footer, 262 pounds. Would you say provides an impact defensively, has the right size and athleticism, but offensively is where he needs to grow?
Yeah, offensively, a guy like him, you want him to figure out the little nuances of the game that are going to help him out. You're not going to ask him to shoot the corner three, but if he's not getting a dunk at the rim, he has to develop his touch around the basket. If you set his pick and roll and you catch it, you can't get a direct dunk. Can you get to a little jump hook or floater? Do you have the footwork inside to bump guys off and get out and create space inside? Those are the little nuances that can take you from a guy that's out of the rotation to a guy that they can consistently depend on in the rotation.
A foul on the perimeter goes on Beauchamp. And getting back to our conversation with Brad Stevens earlier, as an easy breakaway there for Bridges. Color getting the opportunity on a fast break. That was a tough make. About the mentality for the Celtics coming into next season. You were asking me about the Knicks as a team that could potentially contend in the East. What do you think about his optimism? What can the Celtics actually be in the Eastern Conference?
Well, a lot of
play in, play off.
Well, a lot of what the Celtics can be will depend on how things go.
Diawara.
Great take by Diawara. Great finish right there by Diawara.
And it's now a 14-point game, 7 minutes and 12 seconds to go. So just when you thought the Knicks were out, they pull us right back in here in the fourth quarter.
At 18.
projected starter for Jason Tatum, Luke Garza, and then Anthony Simons for Drew Holiday. So 3 different starters projected for the Celtics as Bridges hits another 3, and he's up to 15 points.
And the Celtics as a team this year, they're going to have a lot of different things that are going to be intriguing to look at. First of all, can Anthony Simons get his numbers on a winning ball club? I want to see that. Brad Stevens mentioned about this young man averages. We see McCullough knock down another jumper as he has 28. But Anthony Simons has been over 20 the last 3 seasons. Can he do that for a winning ball club? Can Jaylen Brown take the step from going from Robin to Batman? We understand that he's the number 2 to Jason Tatum, but can he be a true number 1 and affect winning? And last but not least, is Derek White able to take the step up from a dynamic role player to a true go-to option? Those are the 3 things that I'll be looking for and I'll be watching throughout the course of the season.
Number 46, Charles Bassey.
So Huck Porty back to the free throw line. He's got 6 points, but 13 rebounds. And McCullough finding him inside. He saw him find him for a dunk, and now finding him, sending him to the charity stripe. So for Kevin McCullough, 28 points, 4 rebounds, the 1 assist, but we've seen other good passes not lead to buckets. Really having a good all-around game.
And McCullough has been the lone bright spot for the New York Knicks offensively. He's been a guy that, whether we're talking about knocking down free throws, getting big time, hitting shots, he's been one of the few shot makers that we've had on both sides of the ball today. So McCullough has been somebody that has stood out from an offensive standpoint, and it's been right from the jump of the game. He got going at the free throw line early, got 6 quick free throws, and ever since then, he's just been in the grooves.
So 13-point deficit, 6:22 to go. Celtics have been in command for most of the game. The Knicks with an opportunity here to try to stay in striking distance.
And it feels like the Knicks should be down more than 13. I mean, you say 13, you look up, you would think the Knicks were down 23 with the way they play from an offensive standpoint.
And Huck Porty, another impact play. He's been a big part of the Knicks being able to be in this, but he's been a bigger part. McCullough, no, can't get that to drop.
And the Knicks needed that one.
Diawara and Lofton, a lot of bumping up and down the court. Lofton it up to Bassey.
I'm not sure what was better, the pass or the finish.
Kolek inside of Huck Porty.
Oh, wow.
And a sack by Bassey.
You see right here, Lofton coming off I love the big pick and roll action. Lofton throws it up and Bassey catching it and just finishing them with the soft touch with the left.
So Porty 3 for 4 so far at the free throw line. Heading back here, an impact performance for him overall, 58th pick from last year's draft. Here this season, 46% from the free throw line, Brennan. But it looks good for a guy his size.
Yeah, I mean, 46% during the year, but he doesn't look like 46% right now. Looks calm, has a nice follow. Looks calm at the free throw line, has a nice follow through as well.
Celtics breaking that press with ease. Shireman to Wong in the paint. That's a nice finish.
A great drive by Wong. Wong, somebody that had a...
McCullough, a cross-court pass to paint. In and out of Porty. The push in the back.
And you see Wong right here. Driving down the lanes, able to finish over Diawara. Wong, somebody I had a chance to watch a lot of him in college at Miami. He had a really, really special season where he scored the ball well. Team did well that year also. Still trying to find his footing in the league, but does have a little bit of a scoring background.
Pate all over Wong. Lofton sets the screen, and quick hands by Kolek forces the turnover. driving, switching hands, and another foul.
McCullough did a good job right there when he didn't fade, didn't step it away, understood that he had Bridges on his hip, went right into his chest. And like, listen, either you're getting out of the way, you're going to get this foul call, but I'm not letting you off the hook.
So for a 6'6", 205, 24-year-old guard, McCullough, we've seen the stats and how he's a proven scorer.
Right.
At the collegiate level, at the G League level, at the Summer League level. From what you've seen today, do you think he will get an opportunity in the NBA?
I can't tell you for sure, but I do know that he has the qualities of a player that can be in an NBA rotation. He can knock down shots, confident scorer, can get it done at the free throw line as well.
Oh, and Bassie fouled on the way up. Had an opportunity to turn that into a nasty alley-oop three-point play.
Yeah, Bassie had a chance to really bring the house down with that one.
Team third. At the line, Charles Bassie, shooting 2 shots.
So Bassie, again, 15 points, 11 rebounds, has not missed a free throw in just 19 minutes. Just an outstanding overall game for him. Nice free throw stroke, and the Toronto Raptors, Orlando Magic in action at the Thomas and Mack. So that's Jace Richardson, the Orlando Magic first-round pick, and his debut was 8 for 14 from the field and looked good. Clearly, his ability to shoot will translate from Michigan State as he plays in the NBA for the Orlando Magic, and that's something that Orlando needed last season. Some outside shooting.
Orlando needed shooting in the worst way. As we get an offensive foul from McCullough.
There's 7 fouls on McCullough now.
Oh, wow. But getting back to Orlando, like, I had a chance to do one of their playoff games, and it was just amazing that Paolo would get into the paint, create a problem. 2 to 3 guys would have to guard him. This is when they were playing the Celtics. And when they would swing that ball to the perimeter, it was always like a 29 or 31% three-point shooter that was getting that shot on the weak side corner. So that's a hard way to make a living. Orlando, one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the league last year. Obviously, they've done a lot this offseason to change that.
Baylor Scheinman with the right hook. He's a lefty.
Yes.
Shows the craftiness. He's had a great game in that way.
If he made it with his left hand, I would have been incredibly impressed. But doing that with his right, that shows a high degree of skill.
Kolek front rim. A very cold game for him. 1 for 12 from the field. 0 for 6 from long range.
Lofton knew he wanted that one right away. As soon as he saw McCullough on him, he got right to it.
He's never afraid of the contact. And we see in the gym now, Cooper Flagg has walked in. We know he's been shut down from Summer League play, but Brendan, 31 points in his second game. He took 21 shots in the first game, 20 shots in his second game. Certainly not shy. 20 shots in his second game. Certainly not shy.
Flagg is just somebody that you know right away he's going to be able to impact winning. And it's because he doesn't have to score the ball to impact winning. He does everything well. He rebounds. He defends. He's a good on-ball defender, weak side defender, good passer. There have been times where I've seen Cooper Flagg not shooting great from the field, and I look up and I say, well, he has 7 assists, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks, 4 steals. Like, that's the type of player you really want to build your franchise around, a guy that can do multiple things.
Tyler Kolek looking for the basket, and they'll count that as a goaltending. He needed that, as he was 1 for 12 before that. If that was swatted away. Kolek 1 for 13 now for the field. He thought he had himself one. And Diawara with the steal. Kolek finds McCullough. Shireman running the point on the break, finds Schlugo. Loses it, gets it back, and a block, and one.
Who's that that's down for the, oh, that's McCullough.
So we've seen for the Knicks, Daddier went back to the locker room, has not returned, and now McCullough.
That left elbow hit him right in the face.
Is down and is shaken up.
And we're going to have another replay for what, a hostile act?
Two summer sensations are flying into DQ.
He was their lone bright spot with 30 points. The Knicks got 69 on the board. Then they challenged that play, called a block on the floor, and it is now called a charge.
Yeah. And now it's going to be, like I said, not a lot of time left in this game, 90-69. It was going to be really hard to come back for the Knicks anyway, but with McCullough probably not reporting back into this game, and he's somebody that has 30 points, it's really going to be an uphill battle as we see Kolek go to full length of the court, and Kolek struggles continue.
1 for 14.
Wow.
So for the Knicks, the players that we told you to watch out for: Tyler Kolek, 1 for 14 from the field. Bacone Daddier, 3 for 11. Marjon Beauchamp, 0 for 5, 0 points. So that entire group has struggled, and you've got to give credit where it's due to the Celtics defense.
Yeah, the Celtics defense has been very good from the start. Hasn't given the Knicks a lot of really good, clean looks. And then at the same time, also, when you look at this Knicks roster, not a lot of dynamic playmakers. And in summer league, you need one or two things: either a guy that's really good at making plays for others, or guys that are really good for making plays for themselves. The Knicks really don't have either.
I'm going to ask you this very important question. Over under on fouls in the game. As that one goes in, 45 fouls.
I'm going to take the over.
50 fouls. Why are you giving him the answers to the test? He said because you went to North Carolina.
Hey, yo, don't do me like that on here.
Dave, what is
He's giving me the answers to the test, and he said it's because I went to North Carolina. Are you serious? I'm not even allowed to laugh at that joke.
Dave,
I'm not even. Is Stephanie ready down there laughing too? Oh, you see y'all all ganging up to go against me, huh? I see
3D's laughing too.
I see what's going on. I see what's going on down here. I see what's going on. Ain't no love for your boy, man.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Carolina alumni won't even allow me to laugh at that joke. They won't think that's funny.
I didn't set that up in that way, my friend. I was just trying to figure out if you would guess the fouls, and you were right.
I expect it from you. I expect it from you, but I'm disappointed. And Steph Reddy turned on me. That's why I'm disappointed. We go way back. We go way back like car seats. I can't believe that she would turn on me like that.
I would never be, as you said, we go way back.
Yeah, but I saw you laughing, man. I saw you laughing.
But you know it doesn't take much to make me laugh.
This too is true. That's why we get along well.
That's right.
I feel like Stephanie's the type that, you know, someone's in pain, they laugh instead of crying.
No.
She feels like that type of person. You know, stub her tongue like, that was funny.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what's not funny, what Bassey's doing to the Knicks right now.
Oh, 22 and 13 for Bassey.
Those are grown men numbers right there. He's going to foul real quickly to get out the game as the Celtics are about to clear the bench.
So for Bassey, 22 and 13 on just 12 shots, following up an excellent debut where he had 14 and 11. So you could say leveling up and doing his damage coming off the bench. So I would say if there's one thing we learned today, Charles Bassey, someone to look for the potential on the Celtics roster during the regular season.
Yeah, definitely. You look at Bassey, had multiple double-doubles in this summer league already. He's somebody that could come in and definitely fill the void in the front court and take some of those minutes.
And I also know if I'm going to give you a quiz or a test again, that Dave Freed is going to attempt to give you the answers as I'm asking the question. Unbelievable.
But I did have it right, though. I took the over.
Took the over at 40, but we are up to 53. Oh, I'm sorry. 54 fouls now. So for the Celtics, the standout players, Baylor Shireman, Charles Bassey would be #1 and #2. For Jordan Walsh, all over the place defensively, but 2 for 10 from the field, 1 for 6 from long range for his 13 points.
Yeah, but the thing about Jordan Walsh is even though he didn't hit shots and he committed a lot of fouls, he can at least hang his hat on the fact that he went to the free throw line 11 times and hit 8 of them. When things aren't going well for you, show me you can do something else. And that's what Walsh did tonight. Couldn't knock down shots, but did a great job of getting to the free throw line at an elite level.
Yeah, for Brad Stevens stopping by the show in the second quarter. Thought he had some interesting things to say about this roster.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway for me is that Brad Stevens and the Celtics are not changing. You see the bank is open. Brad Stevens and the Celtics are not changing their mindset of what they want to accomplish this year. They're not coming in there with a woe is me attitude. They're coming out here trying to win a championship, even though they know the cards and the deck is stacked against them.
And he also seems to be adjusting to the second apron in a way that he's got to come up with a new strategy as opposed to the strategy he had before for the Celtics to win a championship.
Well, a lot of teams are going to have to deal with that second apron. I mean, that second apron right now is something that is, as you see another layup right there. But the second apron is a problem for a lot of teams right now in the league and trying to figure out.
The Knicks fans loving Yuri Baba, the oldest player on the squad at 29 years old, represents Japan internationally since 2018, including in the Olympics. And though the Knicks are losing by 12, the crowd is chanting Baba.
Knicks faithful here loving it.
Very emphatic, very distinct crowd.
Hey, man, listen, get that guy another shot, man.
Right? What are you doing?
Yeah,
That's all you need to do here.
Run a pin down for Baba.
You're not understanding the assignment. Unbelievable.
Oh, come on, man. And another foul.
Well, Kawhi bails.
But that does mean we might have a shot at another Baba shot attempt.
There we go. Maybe that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
Maybe he realized the error in his ways of not finding Baba, and now, oh, nope.
Nope.
Celtics side out, so they had a foul to give.
He take a foul? Is he serious?
Foul makes number 35, Lucas Stuka.
Man, down 12 with 8 to play. Can't say I've seen that one before.
So Bridges, who's had some standout moments for the Celtics, 15 points, looking up. That misses this free throw in 23 minutes. It started this game, Jalen Bridges did. Made the most of the opportunity. All right. The Celtics up by 13 and Pate, the air ball. And this indicative of how the game went for the New York Knicks. Boston on top, 94-81. That is your final score. Lance McCullough, the game's leading scorer with 30 points for the Celtics. They had 6 players in double figures. Charles Bassey leading away with 22 points and 13 rebounds. 94-81, your final score. We have more Summer League action coming your way shortly on NBA TV on the